What's up, guys? Jason Stewart here, CEO and founder of Epic Fighting, here with our biggest ticket seller so far on this card, Robert Cutthroat Cota, and just showed up, had a birthday yesterday, 23.
Yes, sir.
Happy birthday, brother. And everybody is DMing, hey, Cota's fighting, how could I get to people who've never even been to an Epic show, I think people who didn't even know Epic existed, they're in the DMs trying to figure out how to get tickets. Why are you so popular, bro? What's going on?
It's because people know that when I fight, or really when I do anything that has to do with, athletics, it's just, I show out, man. Like on my last fight, I hit the jumping switch kick to the head, followed by the body shot, and, they go down. Like, it's not like I'm like, a boring fighter. Like, I throw hard shots and, I come to fight.
So you got a ton of people are like, I can't wait to watch Cota fight because they know you're an exciting guy and they want to see what's going to happen inside the cage. You also got like this huge support system who are just like, whatever you do, we're there. Like, is this family? Is this friends? Is like coworkers? Like,
yeah, family, friends, friends of family. Everyone's talking, and
literally at my car wash, I was like, look, you guys are always hooking me up with extra. So as a tip to everyone, I'm giving them all tickets to the show. And in the messages, it's like, oh, that's so awesome because a couple of them wanted to see Cota fight. And I'm like, everybody wants to see this kid fight. So you said that you didn't really have a troubled youth. You had a great support system. And so everybody loves the comeback story of how the person who got in trouble, we just heard Greg Harvey talk about how he grew up in the system, foster home, no guidance. You had the guidance, and I don't think that gets enough credit. The person who lost 100 pounds gets a lot of credit. The person who got off of drugs and is clean gets a lot of credit. But the people who did it right from the get-go don't. And I think that's should get a lot of credit. Your parents were always there for you. They got you in athletics. Tell us a little bit about what it was like growing up with a great support system.
Well, it was great because I always played sports and I always had that natural athletic ability where I just stood out, whether it was in the classroom or on the field. I grew up mostly playing football and baseball. For football, I played both ways. I played running back, receiver, strong safety, like all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And, even when I was like 10 years old, like I could just like do backflips on flat ground with no teacher. Like, I don't know, I was just able to do it.
Like, not enough fear and a lot of athleticism.
Yeah, but it was great because when I played football, my dad was always the coach. Like, he was always pushing me. And even though we had that strong support system, one thing that my parents always instilled, they always, told me to be humble, and they didn't want to spoil me. And so, I always was able to like work hard and just have that mindset of like, you have to work hard for what you want.
I mean, your dad's the coach, so you kind of have to shine because is he getting special treatment? Is he getting able to play more than my kid because he's the coach's son? But if you're out there scoring touchdowns or tackling or whatever it is, then your actions can back it up.
It's right.
Can speak for themselves.
Exactly.
Yeah. So what was your favorite sport?
Growing up, it was football, but
yeah.
What happened was that once I came into 9th grade, which was high school, that was when sports was connected to schooling. And so I always did decent in school, but then once I got to high school, that was when I started, messing around a little bit. Mm-hmm. And so...
What's messing around mean?
Not getting good grades.
Okay.
So I didn't have the 2.0 to be able to play football.
Oh.
So it was like, that was when I started training. Because
you had to do something.
Because my dad was like, "Hey, we gotta get you in some sort of."
Were you like a high energy kid? Like you couldn't sit still?
Yeah. So and we took it serious, just like how I would if I was playing football, where it was like there was practice every day.
Mm-hmm.
Like I was at the gym every day, and when I first started training, after about a week or so, I told my dad, hey, I think this is my calling.
Now, you never wrestled or anything because you didn't have the.
Yeah, I did actually wrestle for a few seasons when I was in elementary.
Oh, in elementary school, you had a little bit of wrestling.
I think I was like 10.
Okay.
9 or 10.
So you had a little bit of wrestling, but not the high school level wrestling, but you knew the basics, and then you go to the MMA gym, you got those basics, you got the athleticism, and then you're like, we're going to do this.
Yeah, exactly.
You didn't want to go back to high school sports after that?
Actually, I did. See, I trained from when I was about 13 or 14 until I was like 16, and then I took a break. I played some high school sports. after I finished high school, I worked for about a year, but I had knew that I wanted to get back into training.
Mm-hmm.
And then once I had got my, my life together a little bit more, I went right back into it. In May of 2019, or maybe April 2019, started training, and then I took my first Muay Thai fight in October 2019, followed by my second Muay Thai fight, which was January 2020, followed by my third Muay Thai fight, which was February 2020, and then that was when COVID happened. I had so many fights lined up, I was ready to go, and I didn't get to fight for 2 years up until about 2 months ago.
Well, how did that affect you?
Well, it was great because I actually I never stopped training.
So you're just sharpening.
I train twice a day. I had never stopped training twice a day. Luckily for me, I had a training partner. Shout out to my boy Jackson. My boy Jackson, yeah. He lives in PB, and he had like a pretty nice yard. We bought some mats, and I would go and lift in the morning, and then towards like the afternoon, I would go to his house, and we would get our Thai pads. So yeah,
nice.
Never
so you
stopped.
just kept it going the whole time when everyone else had their gym shut down and they couldn't do anything. You were just getting better and better.
Yeah, and I was for a minute when the gyms were completely closed, I was at the park, man, doing the bar work, doing body weight workouts, and
that's what I was doing.
Yeah, no, I never stopped.
Yeah. So what can people expect that are going to watch you fight MMA for the first time?
They can expect hard shots being landed and
punches or kicks?
Both, man. I could get my foot up. I mean, you've seen it in my last fight. I don't know if you've seen it, but I got hands and feet, man. Knees. I'm not allowed to. Am I allowed to throw elbows to the body?
Yeah, of course.
Body, all right, cool. Yeah, I mean, all
elbows,
types of strikes,
all kinds of elbows.
I might pick them up, slam them. I got pretty well rounded, so you can expect a knockout.
A knockout.
Yeah, for sure.
You heard it here. He predicts a knockout. So, what is it about you that everyone is so intrigued about? Is it more? Do you feel like it's how you perform inside the cage? Is it more your personality and the way you treat people outside of the cage?
It's a combination of both. I mean, it's just my mindset overall. I have that natural talent combined with my work ethic and my overall mindset. Just bringing it together with my coaching, my training partners, and
shout out your gym and your coaches.
Azteca Boxing Club, Coach Adrian Melendrez.
Adrian.
And my jiu-jitsu coach Tarsis Humphreys.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Cool, man. Well, I'm excited to see it. I hope you guys are too. May 20th, this Friday. That won't be your last fight with us, I know for sure. So check him out on Instagram as well. Follow the journey. Get your tickets at epicfighting.com. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at Epic Fighting. Appreciate you making it here, brother.
Hell yeah.
Can't wait.